Right, so I have returned today to cover some more JoJo Part 6. Where we are today doing Volume 13, which is... That one got me. So yeah, where we are today, we are covering from chapters 110 to 118, I believe. And yeah, that is volume 13, so we're actually heading into the very, very final stretch kind of territory of JoJo. We haven't hit that bit yet. I always call that volume 15, which is the final stretch JoJo. But we are getting there currently. And yeah, it is getting pretty freaking, like, wow. It's getting wacky. Like, we've got Bohemian Rhapsody going on right now, and Bohemian Rhapsody is a stand and a half, because basically all kind of characters have come to life, like fictional characters have come to life. So yeah, we also concluded last week that the actual stand itself is the most destructive stand in a long time, or probably ever, because I think one of the reports actually said it, the fact that there was a lot of the crime had risen like so goddamn much and people were getting killed. I was like, god damn. I was like, yeah, when you put it in that perspective, it's kind of dangerous, the fact that stand's actually still going on. So Weather needs to find the goddamn stand user, otherwise everyone is screwed, because when you think about it, this isn't just a problem for just the stand users in JoJo, this is a problem for everyone else in the world, which actually is kind of neat. So hopefully they do find the actual kind of stand user, because Anasui is in quite the pickle. And so is actually Weather Report as well, because Weather's got, I believe, Van Gogh after him as well, or like with him, so don't know what's going to happen with that one, because you just never know with these characters, because they can literally be alright 1 second and go whoop, and then change. No one knows. Nobody knows. So yeah, without delay. I have no idea whether or not YouTube's working today, because YouTube is going freaking weird today. Literally just started. You have just caught me when I just started. Like, we have not even begun reading anything yet. That was good timing, actually. Hopefully YouTube's actual settings are fine. Yeah, they are. Surprisingly, YouTube settings are actually completely okay. Which is the most surprising thing in the universe, because YouTube hardly ever works in your favour. Anyhow, let's begin. Let's actually read some volume 13. So yeah, I actually believe I probably will be able to get this finished by either this week or the beginning of next week, or the very latest Wednesday next week. So I'm actually probably going to try and get every single volume done as much as I can this week, because I thought to myself, my intention was to start part 7 by at least mid-September, and then carry on like that. So then I actually have some more room to put in like the spin-offs as well, like the spin-offs of JoJo, like I believe Dead Man's Questions, and finish off, what's it called, Purple Haze's Feedback. So yeah, anyway, let's actually begin. So, Bohemian Rhapsody Part 6. Yeah, I have 5, I believe, left, I think. So probably I might be able to get it done this week. So if I just do 1 per day, I probably will get it done like by the end of this week. Hopefully by the beginning of next week. I think that's my intention to go by. Probably try and whack out 1 a day and try to just finish it off. Because this one is kind of a bit easier to cover than Part 5 was, because Part 5 was a weekly basis. This one's you can just do it anytime you want, because it's literally out, so it's alright. So just probably get this, maybe get it done by, at the latest, Wednesday next week. So anyway, translation note. Japanese text says stand Bohemian Rhapsody. So, well, never said that name correctly. It's always the one that always gets me. Botticelli's Venus. The chocolate store guy's soul transformed into a prince. Van Gogh's self-portrait, Pinocchio. Mother Goat and her 7 goat children. Yeah, part 7. That's what's also kind of driving me to finish this one off, because part 7 is meant to be the best thing ever. So I'm like, man, I need to see this. So it's kind of like my anticipation is like kind of growing bigger and bigger as soon as I get to the end of part 6. I know it's just coming over the horizon. I'm like, part 7. No, part 6 is actually incredible as well. I think part 6 actually probably the best one in the part 1 to 4 kind of category. Part 6 is actually incredible. I love it. So, Anyhow, and ability that makes characters for animation, printed material, movies, or any piece of art come to life. Oh Christ, so it actually does bring movies to life as well. The Seven Dwarfs. The ability uses the energy used to make these characters. So its range is infinite and extends throughout the whole world. If a person meets a character they like, their soul gets sucked into the character's world. The soul that's been split from the body is doomed to follow the same fate as their designated character. Huh. That's interesting. These are not enemy stands, but pre-existing characters. Huh, that is actually kind of interesting. So in theory, they actually... movies are coming to life as well. So, yeah, when you think about it... wow. That's actually kind of terrifying. Like, man. I would not want to be in this world right now. So, the stand user is... Moving farther north, I can feel it. I don't know his exact location, but he's moving pretty fast. He's probably traveling by car. This stand itself is invincible. I have to defeat the user. I must catch up to him. I'm a portrait of him after he cut off his ear. But Van Gogh was the type of painter whose soul slowly wasted away as he painted. Van Gogh barely sold any of his paintings while he was alive, but are you aware of how many self-portraits he painted throughout his life? A, 0 to 5, or B, 40 to 45? Which one is it? A or B? How many portraits do you think? A or B? Final answer. Don't come near me, or I'll kick your ass. Weather's such a great character. I love Weather as well. He's my boy. Oh, damn, son. The answer is B, 40 to 45. In order for him to see into his own soul, Van Gogh left that many portraits of himself, and then he cut off his ear, and at that age of 37, he ended his own life by shooting himself with a pistol. Huh. Oh, damn. You're his portrait too, yes? Van Gogh after he cut off his ear. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah. Van Gogh fired 2 shots into his head. He didn't die on the first shot. Yes, he needed one more bullet to end his life. This enemy. Weather report. The direction you need to go is north. Block off the highway 30 kilometers to the north. Flood that area. Oh, damn, son. So when you think about it, probably the Joker's like running around the world currently as well. Like when you think about it, basically every single person from the Batman universe is literally on Earth currently. That's kind of terrifying when you think about it, because if you put in perspective what they did in Batman, you're like, God damn. And you've got every single other character from the actual universes as well. It's just like, no, not good as well. So that means even say there happens to be a like a wall painting somewhere in, like, I don't know, the Louvre or one of the actual history museums, then that's come to life as well. Yeah. When you think about it, it actually is terrifying, this stand. Because no one's actually safe at this point, because anything can actually happen. It's just not the stand users themselves that's actually in trouble, it's actually everyone else in the world. So it kind of puts that extra layer of tension onto the actual kind of audience. You're like, will they actually be able to find him or her? We're not too sure. Hello, how's it going? Stop all the cars in the area from going north. Dive her down! Honestly, he's back as well. Honestly, he's back. My other boy is back. One thing I never thought I'd see in JoJo either is the fact that tiny ass goats being that terrifying. Anything is possible at this point. Anything is possible. Also fairy tale goats as well, which basically adds an extra layer of tension and fear. Like, damn son, like you don't want to cross fairy tale goats that kind of want your blood. That's a no-go. This is a small space with all these walls and surfaces to run over. There's no one who can outrun Mother Goat. Also a line I never thought would be said in JoJo either. Just like the story, everything can only go according to the story. It's not possible for me to destroy these things. A wall! Dive her down! Phase through it! Huh? Also, rat was scary as well. That's the other thing, but I mean, goats, small ass goats, fairy tale small ass goats. It's just like, it's a no go. It's a no go. That is. I like Anasui as well. I think he's actually an incredible character. I think he was actually a welcome addition to the cast. He actually adds that dynamic that was kind of I wouldn't say there was actually kind of a missing dynamic, but he kind of adds an extra dynamic that actually does add so much towards the current dynamic. I'll say the word dynamic one more time. Dynamic. Shit, I did it. This enemy's ability is... It's true. Eventually, everything will go according to the story. But the hell if I'm going to let that thing catch me? I just have to keep running away so it can't catch me. It's just until weather report finds a stand user. Phew. Oh, this is that cop car from before. Shit, guess I just have to jack this car for myself, huh? Stones. Get more stones. Ah! Damn, son. Damn. It's no use. Hurry, Weather. Well, let's add small ass goats to the actual ever growing list of things that terrify us in JoJo. Tiny ass goats with scissors. You just can't think of anything probably more terrifying. I don't know. If anyone's got anything more terrifying than tiny ass goats from fairy tale stories with scissors, then do tell me, because it's pretty freaking terrifying. Hurry the fuck up and beat the stand user. Flight 8250 to Key West. Estimated arrival time is 45 minutes. Although we've encountered a sudden thunderstorm, we will be departing as scheduled. We'll be passing through the rain clouds shortly. This ability that I just found out about. The only weakness is if I were attacked directly, but now no one's going to be able to catch me. Now I have no weakness. But now I have no weaknesses. Bohemian Rhapsody, username Ungaro. You know something? I wouldn't actually want to know, to be honest, because man, that would be just nah, no. I would not want to think about how skewed all the characters are from what we knew as children is in this world now. Because at this point, probably everything is just as more terrifying. It's like as if American McGee got to it. Like, just kind of made his own version of it. Jesus freaking Christ, it's terrifying. Imagine Alice in this world as well. Damn. Speaking about American McGee, think about how Alice would be like in this world as well. Like, the rabbit would be terrifying. What? The presence that I just felt going north. What? It's suddenly heading south. It can't be. He's in the sky. Does this mean I'll never be able to find the enemy now? Oh. mean, he does have a point actually when you think about it. Like, no one will find out his weakness unless they attack him. Like, his only weakness is really just to attack him directly. If no one can find him, he's basically all right. At this point, it's like finding a needle in a haystack because anyone could literally be him. So it's kind of, I mean, yeah, the report's got the kind of honing signal on the idea of where he might be, but it's just like it could be anyone at this point. It's just, So, oh hey, it's Peter Pan. I wonder what he will do in this world as well. I don't want to know, to be honest. So, Bohemian Rhapsody Part 7. According to experts, the countries that are being affected by this fantasy hero syndrome the most are the US, Italy, France, and Japan. Especially Japan, whose video games and animation industry grosses about 3 trillion yen a year. This loss would prove to be devastating to Japan's economy. This is satisfaction. I finally found something that drives me. Yeah, he does look pretty freaking terrifying. All I've done up to now is wander around aimlessly, just sinking lower and lower without knowing why. But now I get it. I existed for stability. I don't fucking need drugs anymore. I'll protect this priest with my life. And my stand, Bohemian Rhapsody, it's so awesome. Bohemian Rhapsody Part 7. It's so fucking satisfying to see a world that's treating me like shit fall into chaos and despair. Woo! Damn, son. Damn. I can't catch him. If the stand user is on an aeroplane, then he should be moving faster than 400 kph. The fastest hurricane recorded in history is only 280 kph. Well, here's a DLO weather report. We're pretty screwed right now. That's a dealio right now. We're all pretty screwed. We're all pretty freaking screwed right now. And that's a dealio. There's no atmospheric phenomena that could catch up to the plane. I let him get away. If you even tried touching that pistol, I'll kill you. Why does he kind of look like Chuck Norris? Like in a weird angle. If you catch Van Gogh in his manga from like an awkward angle, it's kind of like Chuck Norris. Like a very, very faint resemblance of Chuck Norris. Me? Of course not. I wouldn't touch it. I'm another portrait of Van Gogh. It would be bad if I accidentally felt inclined to shoot myself. But you're the one that already shot himself in the head once. You brought it upon yourself. Van Gogh didn't die immediately. One more shot and his life will be ended. But that won't be me. You're the one who's going to end it. I can't bring myself to go near that thing. It's too frightening. Yeah, to be honest, at this point, you've got like about 45 versions of Chuck Norris running around the world as well. Like, when you think about it, maybe the world's actually not so screwed because you got Chuck Norris on the scene. Like, maybe, just maybe, everything's completely fine. Everything's just kind of hunky-dory in one of the parts of the world because Chuck Norris is basically just sorting things out, or one of the iterations of Chuck Norris. You never know. You got Steven Seagal as well. You probably got Stallone doing his thing as well. I don't know. You probably got Arnie as well. Probably Arnie's running around the world as well. Like Commando Arnie. Have you got Commando Arnie like on the world? I think would be good. That's if he's running around the world. That is. Oh no. Is that the police car that Finger was just in? Well, Terminator Arnie as well, when you think about it. Granted, it depends, because I think you probably want a T-1000 more than Arnie, though. Because, technically, unless you throw him into a volcano, he's completely fine. Or if you freeze him. Well, then if he just gets to a cold, to a hot area, he just comes back. So, probably a T-1000 might be better. It wasn't that car in the sewer he was just in. Was I just thinking out loud? Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm actually right. Yeah, but which iteration of Rambo do we have running around though? Because there's 3 different Rambos. 4 technically. You got Rambo 1, which is probably the most terrifying Rambo out of all of them. You got Rambo 2, who's basically just a goddamn machine. You got Rambo 3, who's basically a machine times by 10. You also got Remake Rambo, who's basically just Remake Rambo. Like, it depends which one's running around at this point. I think Weather Report's just like, why is there goats on Anasu right now? Why are there, like, tiny-ass goats? Like, can someone explain to me why there's goats on Anasu currently? Because that's pretty terrifying. Anasu! Oh, no! What? Oh, no! Actually... Because Terminator 2, he goes back to the past to help out the thing, doesn't he, in Terminator 2. Terminator 1, I'm trying to remember Terminator 1 actually now. I don't always vividly remember, there's always Terminator 2, because Terminator 2 is the most incredible film, one of the most incredible films ever made. So it's the one you always remember. But Terminator 1 I can't, and Terminator 3 just is a massive blur to me. Oh god. That one gunshot did quite a bit. Damn it. What the hell, Weather? It appears Weather Report's got a massive part of his head missing. That's what's going on right now, Anasui. Jesus H. Christ. Cough, cough, cough. The wolf is drowning, just like the story. Hooray! Hooray! Garlic, garlic. It's a happy ending. It's over. Just like how it should be. I live happily in your steed. Let's fly around in the sky and play Wendy. Suddenly, Peter Pan appeared. No, I have to go home. I'm going to grow up and become an adult someday. Shut up. Stop mumbling to yourself, kid. What the hell is this book? Let me see that. Ooh. Whoa, Jesus Christ, even in JoJo's world, like, the book version of Peter Pan's terrifying. I can't breathe. Please, I'll do anything. No, this is good. You did well. You're a good artist, you have talent, you've drawn quite the picture. Oh. Oh. What the hell is that? Weather. I made it. I'm dead serious. I made Van Gogh draw me a hero, and if these heroes come alive, so do their stories, and I just made one up. This hero has an ability, and its ability to eliminate all other fantasy heroes. I like his thinking. I like it. I actually quite like it. And this story ends when this hero brings everything back to reality. That's actually pretty good. I like that. Everything is returning to normal. It's just like the story, Anasui. You and me were going to return to our bodies unharmed. Hey. I said hey. We're almost at Key West, so can I have my book back? A follow-up report on the Fantasy Hero incident. This just in. I'd actually imagine, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Storm will actually probably like do anything against Weather Report at this point, because Weather Report's just incredible. And he's actually fracking powerful. I know, I'm very close to the end. I'm actually on volume 13 out of 17 currently. Like, damn. It's a pretty freaking good part. It's a good one. It's a good one. Suddenly, everything is going back to normal. It ended as quickly and abruptly as it began. Every book, movie, painting, comic theme park, videotape, everything is back to normal. Botticelli's Venus and Snow White simply returned to their normal respective places. Spider-Man and Snoopy have also come back. Oh. Are you asleep? Was the book boring? But it's just so full of hope and fun. Little girl, we're going to be landing soon. Sit down now. Yet, we have received reports that Pinocchio has not returned to its original place. Oh no! Oh no, Bohemian Rhapsody, stand user, name, Ungaro. Realizing that he would be reverting back to his hopeless life, he lost the will to live. The numbers of dead and injured are still being estimated. To be continued. Oh! So name, Ungaro. Ungaro was born in 1988. His father is a vampire Dio. His mother was someone that Dio was captured as food. It seems as if he was drawn to Florida. Though Dio's energy that had been fused with Father Pucci, but it seems that he was not aware of his stand powers before meeting Pucci. He was a drug addict and lived a life of despair. Stand name, Bohemian Rhapsody. Holy crap! Huh! It actually might be. The more I think about it, I think I looked it up again afterwards and see actually whether or not we actually just found something. We found something deep within JoJo that no one else has actually found or made reference to. That'd be pretty crazy, actually. That was actually an interesting that's actually an interesting arc, actually. It's a very interesting arc, to say the least. I mean, so how do you defeat an overpowered stand? By making a thing more overpowered than the actual stand itself that reverts everything back to normal. It's like, wow, okay. Alright, I like it. Who did that for me? Van Gogh, of all people that actually did that for me. Van Gogh did it. I was like, man, this is some crazy things. There's some crazy ass things going on in JoJo currently. I like it. I like the idea of just making something more OP than currently is OP, and then just taking that thing out by making the OP thing take it out. It's like, it's good. It's been a while, Romeo. Ooh. Oh, here we go. What kind of car are you driving right now? Is this a Ferrari? You have more than one car? It's been a while, Romeo. It's not the same car you were driving back then, right, Romeo? Oh! Yes! I'm liking it. I'm liking where this is going. Man. Going back in time a bit, 8 hours before Anasui Weather Report escaped from prison, 2 hours after Jody and Cujo's escape. Joe. Give me a hand, Jolene. He's already dead. The court has decided to sentence the defendant to 15 years at Green Dolphin Prison. If the negotiations go well, I can get you out in half a year. Romeo. Jolene! It's you! How? How did you get out? Let me tell you this, Romeo. Don't go near that phone. Any phone for that matter, alright? Oh, the phone. Jolene, I would never do something like that. Oh. How you got out of Green Dolphin? I don't care about that. Every day since that, I've been regretting my actions. I can't sleep at night. I can't forget the sins I've committed against you. I realized this after I lost you. Oh God. I've been pondering how I could repent for my sins, for how I've wronged you. Shh. You don't have to say anything, Romeo. You're the only one for me in this world. I finally realized it. How much I loved you before I knew it, I realized that I couldn't do anything without you. It has to be you. I've tried to visit, but they wouldn't let me. Romeo. Poor Romeo. Poor Romeo. But you know, I don't care about what you did anymore. About the hit and run. I don't hate you. That guy that you hit. I found out he was thrown in front of the car in a plot against me. Romeo, the reason I came here is because I have to ask you a favour. I want money and a car. I have some place I need to be, but the police and the FBI are in my way. Of course, but I only have about $1,000 with me right now, and this key. That's enough, thanks, Romeo. But if the police comes, don't say anything. Promise me? I intend to admit to anything I've done and prove that you're innocent. So please come back to me, and we can be together like we used to. Ooh. Man, why is Jolene so goddamn cool? It's like Jolene's like the coolest person ever. Damn. Oh no. Hello, my name is Romeo Gisel from Palm Beach. Is this the police? I want to report the whereabouts of an escapee. Thought so. I'm glad you put my sticker on him and split it into two. He's already blabbering about us, that bastard. Jesus Christ. I know a lot about Jolene Cujo. We split his tongue into two. Kiss. Whatever is split into two by the sticker, upon the sticker's removal, will come back together but partly destroyed. Yes, but I knew her a long time ago. No, I have no idea. I'm calling in because I just received a call from her. Just a phone call. She asked me for money, but I refused. She said that she was heading for Mexico, I think. Of course, if I ever get another call, I'll just contact you. Well, shit. He didn't betray you after all. I didn't expect it, but he might be a pretty nice guy. He did not betray her in the end. Holy crap. For her. If she could one day forgive me. Over here, Jolene. It's amazing, over here, by the parking lot. What do you think your ex gave you? He gave us car keys too, but look at it. Oh. For a second I actually thought the two cars were together, and actually there's actually like a propeller on top of it. So in theory it's actually a helicopter car. I thought, holy crap, this is actually pretty next level. But in theory, no, it's just there's two cars and helicopters behind it. I was fooled for a second there. I was like, holy crap, is that two cars fused and a helicopter on top? Is the Transformers still outside in the universe right now? I don't know. The outside world really is something, huh? Are we really allowed to ride this thing? Whoa. I want to steer. Wow. Flying the real thing must be so much better than just reading about it. I like it. Romeo, you surprised me. You're a better person than I thought. But I think I'll take the sticker off anyway, just in case. Let's go. If we take the helicopter, we can get there in a matter of hours. In reproduction, as proven by the actions of both the egg and the sperm, to be born is also to be chosen, and the chosen one, even in his struggle against the others, is merely being pushed upwards and even protected by the fighting figures beneath him. The people who are drawn to me through fate, they exist only to push me upwards towards my goal, attaining heaven. If Jolene Cujo has truly escaped from prison and is heading towards me, she will merely become another existence that will have to step over. Jolene's arms have ascended. That's what's happened to Jolene's arms. They've ascended. They've become the ultimate being. Sons of Dio, there are only 4 more days until the new moon. You three will protect me and take me to Cape Canaveral. That will be the reason for your existence and your source of happiness. Before we start, please open my eyes for me, Father. One of my eyelids. It keeps falling down and it won't go back up. It only goes up occasionally. Ah, man. That doesn't sound good. So, Father Pucci. Is it Ryukil? I don't know. How would you say that? Ryukil. Ungato, stand name, Bohemian Rhapsody. Versace. Versace? Oh man. Doesn't sound good. I don't know. Let's see whether or not it actually is. As everyone says it is. Sky High Part 1. So, whenever I get this result from my health diagnosis, they always say that there's nothing wrong. It first started when I was 16. It was at my end of the year school exam. With my eyelids, before I knew it, fell down. I didn't will it to happen or anything. Shit. Then it became hard for me to breathe, and everyone's reaction was like, oh, that poor guy, let's pretend we don't see him. Shit like that. It just made me sweat even harder. After that, I stopped going to school. That's why I always kind of say to myself, like, sometimes it's one of those things. It depends on the person, really. Like, some people, because I remember people said that Part 5 is absolutely terrible. And people have said, like, on the internet, like, it's not the greatest part in the world. I'm like, it's pretty freaking good. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, it's one of those things. It depends on the person, really. Like, I guess some people kind of didn't like it. Other people do. It's one of those things, I think. So far, from what I've seen, like, some of these things in JoJo tend to be quite divisive. What's that word? Decisive, divisive. However you pronounce that word, it divides people basically. Yeah, it depends on what you like, really. That's the main thing I always kind of encounter with JoJo. It depends on the preference of the person. Damn. I need to wipe my palms. I need to wipe off the sweat. I'm fucking soaked. And whenever I drive a car, I always crash. Whenever I get stressed out, this shit happens. What the hell can I do? I can't breathe. I need to wipe my sweat off. Where the hell is my towel? I can't see shit. Are there no towels in this hospital? I'm gonna die. Hasn't anyone ever told you this? It's just like a panic attack. Calm down, Ryukil. My eyelids, they just keep on falling down. I can't see. Think about the man Dio, Ryukil. Ha, 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 ha. As is your ultimate goal. The reason for your suffering is because you didn't know why you existed. Ha, ha. Think about your bloodline. You three sons who lived up till now without knowing who your real father was, support me, live to serve me. Doing so will mean that your bloodline, Dio's bloodline, will see how much you've grown and ensure your happiness. Ha, ha, ha. But I don't have an ability. I can't do anything. If you do, you have it. You just don't realize it yet, Ryukil. You have it ever since you were born. Rhodes. You have heard of this organism. It's also called a skyfish. Ha, ha. My sweat. I'm not sweating anymore. I'm talking about your ability. This is what you are able to do. So, translation note. Sotano de las golondrinas in Spanish for cave of swallows. Well, that's actually a word I did not know in Spanish. What do you know? Thank you, JoJo. Golondrinas. Sotano de las golondrinas. This event occurred 11 years ago in the spring of 2000. There is an enormous pit cave in San Luis Potosi, Mexico called Sotano de las Golondrinas. It's about 4,000 meters deep. Oh, damn, my arms are going dead a bit just then. Let me stretch my arms for a second. I wouldn't say that. I would just say it depends on the person. Like it's one of those things that certain people prefer different parts over other ones. It's one of those things. It's like everyone says part 3 is kind of like the part 3 is like the pinnacle part, and like part 4 is actually a lot better than part 3. Part 3 was kind of good for the first maybe like anime watching. It was good for the very first 15 episodes, but then it kind of grew a bit more tiring as time went on until season 2 came out. It grew even more tiring until they got to Dio. Then it actually got really freaking good again. Part 2, I would say, is probably the most. I would say part 2 is probably the most like kind of consistent one. Part 1 was great as well because it was the start of everything. But I wouldn't say that. I would just say it just depends on the person, really. It's one of the things, because I would say part 4 onwards are the best parts, I would say, for me. A group of skydivers filmed their jump down this cave, and upon watching their footage, found a curious object caught on film for a split second. Let me say now that I'm just relaying to you the facts. They didn't notice it at all. They didn't notice it at all at the time, but as seen in the footage later, they noticed the numerous white objects floating through the air, weaving between the skydivers. According to the timer on the camcorder, the objects were only there for a mere hundredths of a second. Because of their speed, the divers hadn't been able to see them with a naked eye. Those were roads. Later, Japanese reporters attempted to capture them, but failed. However, from what the reporters caught on tape of them, they concluded that the roads were organisms. Rumors about this mysterious organism had already been around for a while in the towns of Golondrinas. It was just that no one had been able to sight it because of its incredible speed. It moves from cliff to cliff without colliding with other roads or anything else. What does it eat? How was it born? Is it an insect, a reptile, a fish? Everything about it, its physical features, even casts remain undiscovered. It seems that these roads, from what I've read of your disc, are in Florida as well. Oh. How many chapters in is part 8 currently? Like how many chapters is it up to currently? Those things up there, Father. I just saw them just now. My eyelids went back up again. Those things, I just saw them, Father. My ability is controlling those things, right? I wonder what they eat. I guess they were here all along, even in this hospital. Did those things just touch me? No, they didn't. It didn't touch me. It exists, but the way it moved, without being seen, without ever touching anything. Oh, currently, damn. Well, that's actually not so bad. I can thinking like 15 volumes in the sense of like this length, but then I realise, oh no, it's 68 chapters. It's monthly, isn't it? So everything's all right. Actually, I don't think that. I think probably I'm kind of hoping to get part 7 done by November. Hopefully part 7 by November, and probably trying and get caught up with part 8 by maybe Christmas or beginning of January. Depends on how much workload I get from uni this year, because uni's like in 3-4 weeks, I believe. Oh, snap. And even though it didn't touch me, boof, his teeth came out. His tooth came out, sorry, not his teeth came out. Okay, so are they actually, so the chapters actually are longer in part 7 and 8 then? because I would imagine that because parts. I'm imagining because a monthly manga normally kind of goes up to about 30 to 40 pages, or 50 depends on it. Sometimes 80, it depends on the manga really, or 100 if you go the extra mile. So I have no idea. That's why I'm always wondered, is it actually quite a lot longer than part 6 and 7 and what part 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Okay, that's fine then. So, because I was thinking of covering it like maybe 3 chapters per stream, and then probably just get 1 volume done a week, but just doing it that way. So it'll be 24 weeks, I believe. I believe there's 24 volumes in total. Man, that's quite a lot then. So it's basically a normal monthly manga then. So it's actually not so bad, I don't think. Because I cover monthly mangas anyway, so I know the kind of pace you have to cover them. Leave now, Ryuko. Your ability, I'll name it Sky High. Research them well, what they eat, find out the characteristics of the roads, and utilize them. Oh my god, Thing is actually piloting the helicopter. That's actually pretty cool. Imporo is actually like piloting the helicopter. That's amazing. Damn. Okay. I have to figure out how to do it because I'm trying to like conjure up a new kind of schedule for when eventually I go back to uni. So I have Monday and Tuesday off, Wednesday I come home early, Thursday I go in really late, and then Friday I come home at 6. So I actually have no idea how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I have to kind of figure out something. Like probably just do Monday, Tuesday JoJo, and probably Wednesday do everything else, and then I'm trying to figure out as well as kind of wondering how long like part 7 tends to be, because if it's a lot longer than say part 6 in a sense, it's not like maybe 100, because yeah, so if it's 100 pages and it's 2 pages per page, so I mean it'd be that 200. Jesus Christ, yeah. Maybe do 100 pages for one stream and then 100 pages for the next, and just do it that way. Just get 1 done a week. We had 24 weeks, which is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 6 weeks, I think, probably, maybe. Probably, I'm not so good at maths. No, I don't think that is actually. Maybe. No, it'd be 6 months. Sorry, it'd be half a year. I can't do math. I'm sorry. I was thinking for 6 weeks. It's 6 months. So half a year. I have to think about that one. I think that was actually probably the biggest obstacle, is how to cover it. Freaking hell. Because this one's always been part 5 and 6 have been easy because you do one volume per stream, so you. Yeah. If we do one of the week, it's 12 weeks. So I don't know. It depends. It depends on the workload might be really, really minimal for the first like couple of weeks anyway. It just depends, because university is kind of going to be the bigger obstacle for me, because everything else is pretty easy to manage, but university tends to kind of be the hurdle, because it's not the problem of being there. It's having to get there and get back, which takes about an hour and a half each way. So it's that you lose about 3 hours of your day just doing that. So I think normally it takes me quite a while, so I have to kind of think about how I'm going to do it. I've been thinking, you know how people become spoiled? This is basically run by computers. It's barely doing anything. So pilots, they've been flying these things. They've been flying things like this all the time. Must be getting pretty rusty at flying the real things, huh? As long as Mr. Big Mouth here doesn't crash land us after we just got out of prison, I'm fine. Emporio. Head west. You know what? It's somewhere. Hopefully it comes out soon, because I need to see what happens next, because 3.33 was a massive, like, I don't freaking know what the hell happened in that film. That was just everything. Everything just kind of got piled on you at the end. I was like, whoa, hello. If we keep following the coast, we'll get to Cape Canaveral in about 30 minutes. I can feel his presence. I don't really understand why, but it feels like he's in 4 different places. Just head west. I'm positive that the priest is somewhere near Orlando right now. Don't take this thing too high up. We might get caught in one of the army radars or something. Jolene, mind closing that window? I'm kind of cold. Oh no. Oh no. This is weird. Hermes, my eyes are... My eyelids, they're falling down. Jolene, some weird shit is going on. Basically, he sums up the whole entire manga in a nutshell. Like, that one line sums up JoJo in a nutshell. I'm actually amazed. Hermes just summed up the whole entirety of JoJo in one sentence. Jolene, some weird shit is going on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones I have to kind of gauge how I'm gonna do it, because the first I would say month would be alright. I don't think anything will happen. It's just as the workload gets on and on and on, and just kind of it's gonna get tough, I think. That's why probably I want to get this one done by the beginning of next week, or the earliest this week, so then I actually can start as much of part 7 as I actually possibly can before I actually eventually go out to uni. I'll probably be able to do it, I think. If I can cover like maybe 5 volumes of part 7 before I go back to uni, I think I might be alright. What? My eyelids! It won't go back up. What? There's something inside the helicopter. My eyelids are falling down. Did something just touch me? No, it can't be. But then what the hell is this? Was Jolene bleeding just now? Yeah, I actually can imagine that must have been a traumatizing experience. To have to wait each month for that final fight to happen. Man, I would not be able to do that. I have it tough enough waiting for Noragami to come out. Noragami is like the most excruciating manga to actually wait for. I have to wait for that one. Damn. That. Jeez. Yeah, Noragami is just tough to actually remember. You have to wait a while for it to come out. It's actually been like 6 months since it's come out as well, which is even worse. I think by probably when I actually finished part 8, part 9 would have started. I think, more than likely, going by my luck, probably part 9 would have started. Even outside of Green Dolphin, the priest has his subordinates. This enemy seems to be sensing me, just as I'm sensing him. But what the hell did he just do to us? Why are my eyelids falling? And why are they bleeding? Sky High Part 2. Emporio, we're tilting to the right. Straighten us up again. I'm trying to put it on autoplay. I'm trying, but I can't see. My eyelids are glued shut, and I can't open them. Sky High Part 2. There's something in here. There's something inside the helicopter. It's flying around. Oh yeah. Yeah, that I can understand. I would not want to be in those shoes. That's why I left Berserk until like enough was kind of out, so I could just read the whole entire thing. And like Hunter x Hunter is just even worse. I would not want to be a person reading Hunter x Hunter right now. I have enough trouble with monthly mangas as it is, because monthly mangas, like, sometimes they end on such big cliffhangers that it becomes impossible to wait. And yeah, I would hate to be in the shoes of someone reading Berserk currently and also Hunter x Hunter. Man, that would suck. Are you sure there's something in here? Nothing's touched me. Touch. I said it's some. Nothing has touched me net. So nothing has touched my net, not min net. Oh man. Nothing even brushed by it. I'm sure it's coming through the window. It's just moving so goddamn fast that I can't feel it. My eyes! Ah, I'm bleeding! How the hell is it attacking? We can't see it. It's definitely not touching us. We've got to defeat this thing quickly. If we could only touch it, then we'll be able to find it. Ah. My hands are different sizes. This enemy. Whoa. What the fuck is it? Spreading some sort of disease or something? If we could just find out where this enemy is, could we defeat it, Hermes? If we could find out the direction it's moving in, albeit at an incredible speed. Shit. Yeah, if you can figure out where the hell it is, I'd beat the crap out of it. I love Hermes as well. Hermes is an amazing character. Alright, Hermes. How fast is the helicopter moving now? 170? 200? We're going to ditch this helicopter. Emporio! Yeah. When you think about it, every single form of media has its own like kind of place that's been a total arsehole to the fans. I have no idea which movie series has been a total arsehole to the people, but yeah, Valve's doing the worst at the moment. No, Capcom as well. Capcom Resident Evil 2's remake. Like, when they announced it, I was like, holy crap, we're actually finally getting a remake of Resident Evil 2. And nothing ever materialized of it since, and it's been like 2 years, I think, since it's first been announced. I'm like, guys, please, I don't care about anything else. Resident Evil 2. Just give me that. Just what Resident Evil 2, please. What? No way, Jolene. Jumping off from that thing at this speed. Oh, I see them. I get it. Now I can see them. They're trying to follow us down. Man. Yeah, they are evil, but Capcom's terrible when it comes to sequels because they announce them or cancel them, or they announce them and not do anything with them for about 5 or 10 years, and you realise, oh my god, that thing is actually still coming out. So that's the problem. You're kind of just sitting there like, guys, just... Can I have Devil May Cry 5 right now as well? Can I just have an original Devil May Cry again as well? Like, just give me old Dante back. Man. Unless now they're doing Marvel's Capcom Infinite, and that's just terrible. See, I had the same problem as well. Like, I watched and read the kind of first, like, massive chunk of it, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then after a while, I was like, nah, not feeling it anymore. Not feeling it. Had a lot of load of shonen or the shonen jump like mangas. I kind of read the first maybe 100, 200 chapters, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good. And I just sort of just gave up because I just kind of got bored of it. This ain't no fairy tale. This ain't no fairy tale. That's what I say. That's the one you always go by. I did it. I crushed it. There's more than one of them. Hermes, this is the limit. We're going to hit the ground. Hold on to me. Wow, that's pretty impressive. My eyelids are open again. They're back to normal. I can see again. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's not a virus or disease or anything. Watch out. The attacks aren't over. There were loads more of them. And this thing... Look, it's not even a stand. It's an organism. I don't know what the hell it is, but this was the thing that was attacking us incredibly quickly. What the fuck is this thing anyway? I don't know anything else like this organism. Is it a fish? A snake? Where the hell Well, what the hell are its eyes and mouth? What does it eat? I guess controlling this organism is a stand ability. Weird, I think I've seen this thing before. Up till now, I couldn't even drive, you know. Couldn't even drive a car. As I struggled to concentrate, my eyelids would start fluttering. It became harder and harder to breathe. But now I can concentrate about that happening. Just enough for me to attack a helicopter. Okay. How many chapters left, actually? Oh, we're actually probably about midway through now. I don't remember how many chapters there were in this volume. I was like, how many were there? The corpse is beginning to melt. I remember. This is the creature. I thought I'd seen it before, but it must be one of those roads. I've only ever seen it in video footage, and a live or dead specimen has never been found. It's been because they melt immediately after they die. Is the ability to control these roads? To be honest, the best way to actually read or watch One Piece is actually buy the video games. Like I always wait for like Code to release a new like Pirate Warriors and just like catch up with the whole entire story so far through that. It's actually the most incredible way to do it because you skip out on so much things that are happening. You're like, yeah, I'm getting enough with the storyline right now that I actually can just kind of carry on. That's how I always done it. The correct way of doing it, but it kind of saves me a lot of time. So Sky High Part 3. And Jolene, if these are really roads, then their secret lies within their food. No one has any idea what this thing eats. Their pattern of flying without touching anything must have something to do with how they get their food. Emporio, get back! Stay away from us! He's got some balls, revealing himself to us like this. Come closer, Jolene Cujo, Hermes. The closer you get to me, the more damage the roads can inflict, and the more precisely for that matter. There are 3 of them against 1 of me, including the kid, but if I concentrate, I can get rid of them in a second. I just have to lure Jolene over here. Be patient. Yeah, the Naruto games did a really freaking good job. Like more than Period. Like I was actually surprised because what was it called? Ninja Storm 4 did an incredible job actually kind of portraying the actual final fight between Sasuke and Naruto. I was like, wow, they actually did that pretty freaking great. Like more kind of better than the anime because the anime was kind of like, do I even care at this point? Like, I've been sitting here for the last 400 episodes waiting for this one event. Do I really care at this point? Nah, that's the problem with the anime. But the game, it was kind of freaking fine because you had nothing to worry about when it came to like filler or anything like that because it just happened. You're like, yes. Don't get too close to him, Hermes. We should find out what his ability is first. The only reason he would show himself like this is because his stand probably works better in close range. Yeah, on top of that, the reason he decided to attack us in that small space in the helicopter is probably because his attacks aren't too precise when there's a lot of distance to cover. It's probably impossible for him to finish the both of us off at the same time right now. Calm down. Their stand range is probably only 1 to 2 meters. They won't be able to attack me unless they come closer. Pick up some rocks, Jolene. Let's hurry up and see what this guy can do. You want to throw some rocks at him? What? Shit. I parked my bike on a marsh. It's sinking. Where did I put my keys? I have to turn the motor on and get it out. But I would say never actually unless you just want to get the storyline, just don't go by video games. Just don't do it. It's kind of like it's not the correct way of doing things. It just depends if you want the most important parts. That's how I always philosophized with video games when it came to anime. It's like if you just want the kind of important parts, then just play the video game. And the whole entire story is already source material. I don't know how precise the actual JoJo games are though. That one I don't know. See? It's not like he's deflecting rocks in the air. It's not like he's deflecting rocks in the air. But then, why did those rocks just move away like that? What are those roads doing while they're in the air? You're right, I have no clue, but Emporio, you'd be wrong if you said that those rocks didn't hit. Oh, yeah! Oh, hit the top of my taskbar. I actually still need to catch up with Super. I need to sit down one day and just marathon way through it, but I just kind of had no energy to do it. Like, do I have to? Do I need to? Like, will I miss anything if I don't? I don't know. I never really just didn't. People kept telling me, you have to catch up with it, it's really freaking good. I'm like, is it though? His defense capabilities are practically zero. All right, Jolene, I'm gonna hit him again. Ah, who's first? Who's first? The first step is to, well, Hermes is the one with the sticker. So move the roads to the left. No, right. My bike is sinking. No. Jolene is also throwing rocks. No. Hermes rocks can return. I have to act quickly. What do I do? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My eyelids are fluttering again. That's the problem. I always heard it's like not the greatest thing in the universe. I was like, do I need to catch up with it then? I don't know. Apparently the manga's really good though. That's what I've heard. Apparently the manga fixes a lot of things that was wrong in the anime. I was like, oh, you know. Budokai 3 is incredible though. Like, it's a fighting game, Budokai 3 is great. So there's one thing Dragon Ball Z's got going for it. It's the video games sometimes. They are great. Like, the most recent ones, not so much. The original ones are freaking phenomenal. Like, massive part of my childhood. I can see them, Hermes. I can see them flying in the air. The roads are suspended in mid-air. This dumbass is panicking and can't even regain control of his powers. Good job coming out here just to get your ass kicked, bastard. Oh, found it. I left the key in the bike. Huh. One finger. 0 fingers. Huh. And no fingers. What the hell is this? I knew it. This is no virus. No virus could do shit like this. July 1969. Armstrong from Apollo 11 became the first man to stand on the surface of the moon. Until now, I didn't know what was so special about that, because in reality, the rocks are really flown by scientists and engineers, right? And monkeys could go to the moon. But when I first saw those roads, I finally understood why it was so important. What truly stood on the moon that day was the human spirit. That day, we humans conquered the moon, and our spirits evolved. The thing that's truly valuable is the evolution of our spirit. We can see the roads, and they're not even touching us. How is he doing this? Stay away from me, Emporio. No, Jolene, we have to figure this out quickly. What those roads are doing? I just in my pants. Why? They haven't even touched me. Help me. Oh God, help me. My urine. It's bloody. My urine is bloody. What the fuck? They're rotting. If you're trying to hinder the priest from his spiritual evolution, I'll kill you all with the hate. I'll kill you all with the hatred of the 1,000 burning flames. Ooh! Ooh! I think Z gets a bad reputation because of how drawn out some of the fights were. Though technically, when you think about it, Frieza versus Goku is still the most incredible fight of all time. Like, nothing takes away from that fight. That fight is absolutely incredible. Like, it's probably I'm never gonna see a fight better than that in my whole entire life. It's kind of so great. You just can't help it. And also when you're watching it, it's actually probably the first time ever in your life that when Goku said, "Lend me your energy," you actually left your hands up and actually gave him your energy, because yeah, those are the days. Those are the goddamn days. Yeah, because apparently, if I remember correctly, they caught up quite quickly with the either they caught up quite quickly with the manga, or something else happened. They had to draw out like a lot of it because of that. I was like, oh, that was probably why. But I never really kind of you never notice it as a child though. It's a problem. It's one of those things you just never notice it until like when you're an adult. You're like, oh yeah, those were quite drawn out. But then Kai kind of remedied that entirely and kind of just kept it to like, yeah. It's still, I don't think Kai's an authentic experience. I think DBZ is kind of the most authentic experience to actually watch it, because it's Dragon Ball Z. Like, you have to watch it that way. So Sky High Part 4. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Like, I imagined it a bit that way, because I don't think they could actually draw out like about 10 pages of just Goku screaming. It just wouldn't work very well. You'd be like, okay, just do something, Goku. Inside our bodies, he must be doing something to the inside of our bodies. Otherwise, this wouldn't be happening. Help! There's blood in my urine. What could he be doing? All three of you at once. Jonin, Cujo, you're next. But I'll eventually kill all three of you at once. My roads can do it. I said the same roads sometimes. Rods. It's rods. Or roads. Yeah, you can actually pronounce it roads as well if you really wanted to. It's one of those words that tends to kind of, you can just drift it either way. It's either rods or roads. I don't think roads has an E in it, but I think you actually can. I think you can actually pronounce it roads. But rods. It's either one, really. Sky High Part 4. Oh, Jolyne's ankle. Man, if I see anything done to a foot, my whole body just kind of just goes, ugh. Feet are the worst places I've ever seen something happen to a person. Oh, no. Her joint just bent backwards. And the rods have vanished again. We can't even hit them anymore. And again, even though we're closer, these rods still haven't even touched any of us. Alright, Jolyne. I'll come to you. I'm going to come closer. Jolyne! And open. I don't know, I quite like it. And I wouldn't say it's as good as Bohemian Rhapsody, because Bohemian Rhapsody is one of those stands that really just kind of blew out the water. I think it's one of those ones that you couldn't ever match against it because it's such an incredible stand. So I mean, it does a kind of commendable job. It's kind of one of those. It's one of those kind of, I would say, it's that kind of, it's a block in the road for the actual protagonist in a way. Like, it's not as if there was something really more going on here. It's more of a block than anything. Which kind of does hinder it slightly, but it's not actually that it's not terrible. You don't want to die alone, do you, Hermes? Do you? You want to die with your two buddies together, right? Where's my eyes, Hermes Costello? Ah, yes. What the hell? Here we go. Twice this time. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. The muscles. He's controlling our muscles. That must be how he did that to Julian's ankle. He couldn't have done that to Hermes without somehow going inside of her and affecting the muscles in her jaw. From inside. The disc that Jolene told me to hold on to. Her father's disc that we retrieved from the priest. My skin. The place where the disc was touching my skin. Inside my body. Now I'm beginning to understand. Thanks to the disc, Jolene's father's disc that I kept with me all this time. What the rods are doing. How is he controlling those rods? This is where my kidney is. My body's urine must be from an attack to my kidney. And the skin right here has become all pale blue. The ghost room that I used to live in when I was in prison. I read about something like this in one of my books. The second one on the right shelf. When you look at human organs in thermography, if there's something wrong with the organ, its temperature is much lower than that of the others. Either because the blood running through it isn't clean, or because the bad blood is clogged there. But either way, the colder portions of the body are the places most susceptible to disease. If one were to drain all the heat from one segment of the body, like the finger, the joint will bend, you will no longer be able to move it, and it will eventually start to rot. Yet, you don't feel this happening at all. If you take the heat away from your eyelids, they close. If you take the heat away from your kidneys malfunction. Oh. Jolene, I figured it out. I figured out what the rods do. It's body heat. The rods survive by eating body heat. You don't realize that it's doing this until your body becomes affected. They're organisms that take other animals' energy and use it to fuel themselves. Rods can fly without anyone sensing them and approach you, but they never touch you directly. What? Jesus Christ. If the lungs are damaged and the tissues start to fall apart, the tissues are expelled as cotton-like waste through the mouth. Also, when the thyroid gland, which is an endocrine gland found in the lower neck, is damaged, your throat swells up, your eyelids start to pop out. Jesus Christ, we actually are getting some freaking amazing lessons of science right now. Like, damn, son. We actually are getting some pretty freaking amazing science lessons. Jolene, the water. Go underwater. Kid, you got some sort of child... Kid, you some sort of child prodigy? It's like you say, but it doesn't matter if you know the secrets of my rods. The reason I gave you diseases wasn't so you would die from them. It takes too much time it takes too much time to kill you with tumors and things anyway. I gave you sickness to prevent you from moving. Huh. So I can pinpoint my target. It's a hard target to hit, but when humans lose heat in this one specific part of their body, it's guaranteed fatal. The main motor and sensory control center of the body, this part even controls the heart, the brain stem. I'm going to absorb the heat from your first cervical vertebrae behind your neck. Huh. I found my target. I found my target. Take this. Hurry up and go underwater. Dive underneath the water. No, Emporio. I'm not going to dive I'm not going to dive under. Give me a lighter. Come on. I know you have one. A ghost lighter. What? Wait, you can't be. Huh? Huh? Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? She didn't use the water. What she's doing, she lit her strings on fire. No way. Burning stone-free strings are the same as burning her own body. Something like this compared to everything else I've gone through. If this is what I need to do to get to the priest, it's absolutely nothing. This bitch. My spirit is stronger than hers. I can feel myself evolving. What's important is my own development. My development will be praised. Woo boy. Oh boy. This is getting pretty heated. So approach his card. Name. Ryukl. Ryukl? Never actually known how to say his name correctly. Ryukl. Born in 1988, his father is the vampire Dio, referred to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Stars Crusaders. His mother is assumed to be one of Dio's victims. Ryukl came to Florida because he was mysteriously drawn to Father Pucci. He had no hope for his future and was quite spiritually damaged. This emulated itself physically as well, such as his falling eyelids and his laboured breathing. But with the discovery of his power sky high and his rods, he found that he could concentrate better than he ever had before. He had finally found a way to unleash his true potential. Giorno Giovanna, referred to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind, is also a son of Dio, but then, why was he not drawn to the priest as well? This is a mystery, but perhaps he is already somewhere in Florida. Christ! JoJo Mysteries. It's JoJo Mystery time, boys and girls. We hit JoJo Mystery section. Whew! God damn. God damn. God damn. How has this never been raised beforehand? That's actually a pretty good question. Boy. Okay. Alright. Sky High Part 5. Setting her own body on fire. But as a woman, I'm better than her. My spiritual strength can't be less than her. Think about Dio. What's more important is my growth. Where should I aim? Which part of her body should I call in order to stop her? Let's have a look. I think we've got 2. That's what I was thinking. I was like, holy crap! Like, no one's ever raised that question. Like, if everyone else that's been a Dio son up to this whole entire point has kind of been drawn to the priest, why hasn't Giorno been drawn to the priest? Maybe he's like, screw it, I don't need to know. I'm alright. I'm a boss. I'm a boss of a mafia right now, so it's okay. All right, so let's get into the science lessons once again. Let's get out of the mystery lessons and get into the science lessons. So, the mysterious organism with the ability to fly at 200 kilometers, the rods. No complete carcass or even fossil has ever been found, so this is all in pure speculation. Right, so there are 4 wings on each side, so in total there are 8. A mouth cavity used to intake trace nutrients and water can also expel waste. The male procreate with the females in midair by extending something similar to tentacles like snails. heat-sensing organs, nose very sensitive to smell. There is no sense of front or back to rods, but the direction of their movement depends on which way the wings are turning. Inside their bodies, they have something similar to kidneys or intestines to expel waste from its bloodstream. It could also be for the heat regulation, and the waste, which is in the form of liquid, is an excellent agent for heat retention. This waste product is similar to heat retention clay that NASA has invented to use in space. Their corpses immediately decompose into nothing. Females hatch their eggs in midair, male-female. Experts would probably be able to discern that difference between males and females. That's what I was thinking. I was like, but yeah, the translation notes had a good point. That why was JoJo never actually kind of put into his manga? Because he might in theory be kind of like a pinnacle point. Because in theory, when you think about it, like since this whole entire thing's happened, he would be kind of drawn to that. But I mean, it's not like the biggest flaw in the universe. It's like one of those things you could probably just overlook for a while, so you actually kind of realize you're like, holy crap, yeah. God, my nose is about to sneeze just then. That was painful. The surface of their bodies are lined with heat-absorbing cells. See diagram below. God damn, please, cars. There we are. What was I? Like cactuses that absorb water through their pores, the rods fly past other organisms and absorb their body heat. This is a lot to take in. This is a lot. The organism is not overly affected by this. However, its rods start to absorb heat from one concentrated area. That area becomes prone to disease. It's from our sustenance is to absorb the body heat of other organisms and use to fuel its own body. The wings rotate like propellers. Each time the rod folds and unfolds its wings, the body will spin a total of around 455 degrees. I cannot say these words anymore. A type of organism that first existed 300 to 400 million years ago, called amnomalcarids. It's gonna rain outside my window. I can feel it. It's gonna rain. An organism that is somewhere between being a vertebrate and an invertebrate. Invertebrate. Say the word. It's supposedly the rod's ancestors. During the reign of the dinosaurs, probably the Jurassic period, it's assumed that they targeted aquatic dinosaurs before they moved to the skies. The areas of habitat are shown on the world map below. Oh my god, we got to the end. We did it. We read the whole entire thing. So Ryoko, Sky High. His ability is to control the rods with a remote control-like stand. Ryoko determines the target himself, and the most focused his attacks are, the more damage it incurs. Sky High. Oh god. There we are. Ura! She did it. My throat was giving out after that whole entire mass information thing. God, that really hurt. You won, Jolene. Now that bastard can't steal your body heat. That star-shaped mark. I don't know who you are, but I'm assuming I can find out what the priest is up to if I can just pummel the information out of you. Finish him off, Jolene. Oh no. Oh no. Huh? What the hell? What the fuck is he doing? He's gone insane. He doused himself with the gasoline. He panicked because you were going to finish him off. My heart is like the Apollo 11. I'm going to overcome you. It's true that the rods won't know how to steal your body heat from you once you set yourself on fire. But if I could just be in the same situation as you are, if I could just put myself in your place and set myself on fire, then I can find out where I can attack you by experiencing what you're experiencing. I'll be able to understand what your weaknesses are by feeling the pain you're feeling. Oh man, okay. Jolene, hurry! Hit him with your stone 3. Huh. Huh. Oh. Oh god. Jolene, what are you doing? He's suddenly behind you now. Behind you! Jolene, what the hell's wrong with you? To the right. He's getting away. He's extinguishing the fire in that puddle. Now he's over to the left. What's wrong, Jolene Cujo? You can't keep up. The more you try to catch me, the farther away I seem, right? Nope, that does nothing at all. Your body heat's already been sapped. That's why this thing is happening. I just hit my elbow on my desk. That was really freaking painful. God damn it. When I was engulfed in the flames, I found one part of your body that I could still target, and by doing so, I caught something called floaters. Your eye captures moving objects slowly. Sometimes you can only see fragments of an object. I targeted your open mouth. You had to open it to breathe. The hypothalamus, which is near the upper jaw, is also connected to nerves in the eyes. And as you breathe, the rods can enter and sap your body heat. Jesus Christ, all freaking right. You're getting some serious science lessons here. The damage to your hypothalamus will directly affect your visual perception. I made it so you would keep on seeing objects that aren't there. It'll always lurk in the corner of your eye. The more you chase it, the more the afterimage persists. What you're seeing is my afterimage from a second ago. Jolene, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you looking? Behind you. On the left, he's getting away. Hurry up and finish him. Huh. That's interesting. It's no use. We have to extinguish that fire. We have to extinguish the flames on her strings. Jolene, you've reached your limit. If you don't put out that fire, you're going to burn to death. I'm the victor, not you. I overcame my own heart. I'll never panic again. I'm going to reclaim my life with my own hands. I am Apollo 11. Then I don't have to use my eyes. And if he's attacking my mouth, then I don't need to breathe. Jolene, what are you? I said first. Then you came after our helicopter first. How would you have known where we were? I was. Where we were, where I was. Just like how I sensed the presence of the green child, and how the priest can sense that I escaped from prison. I'm going to ask you, who are you? What the priest is doing right now? You're going to have to tell me. Oh. Alrighty. I believe it's actually the final chapter of the volume now. I believe so. I'll tell straight away, actually. Yeah, it is. It's final chapter. Just got the end of my bottle of water as well. That's convenient. Almost choked on it as well. God damn, that's painful. Almost choked on my own water. The thing that's meant to help me this whole entire time almost made me choke. God. Sky High Part 6. So actually, let's read the Sky High bit as well. So stand name, Sky High, stand user vehicle. Strength, none. Speed, none. Range, his field of vision. Staying, see. Position, none. Learning, none. Ability, vehicle has the ability to control the mysterious creatures known as rods. For more information, refer to pages 146 to 147. He sends out orders about where, from which direction and which part of the body the rods should sap heat from. Why do these organisms follow this stand's orders? The specifics of this are unknown, but perhaps it's because the rods trust Riekle. Sky High Part 6. Gah! Ora. Sky High Part 6. She's really something else. Her determination to find the priest, her strength of spirit that she just inherited from her father, Jotaro Kujo. I can't believe this is the same whiny Jolene that I first met. I lose. I lost, but the one who's going to push Father Pucci up to his desired heaven is me, Ryuko. The reason humans go unconscious is to protect themselves. In order to survive intense pain and shock, the body instinctively severs the ties between body and mind to protect itself. And now it's already too late. I've already given myself a disease with the rods. I have numbed the nerves between my head and my body in order not to feel. Right now, I don't feel any shock or pain. I won't fall until I die. If I can bring this to a draw, will you be able to finish me off before I kill you? Or will my rods be able to finish you off first? I think one day everyone will just agree, like, Part 6 is incredible. Part 6 is like, it's like the cream of the crop of like Part 1 to 4. Levels of cream of the crop. As I always said beforehand, it's a matter of preference, really. Like, the whole entire thing is just a matter of preference. How people, it depends on how you see it, really. As I always seen it, because like a lot of things, like, people sometimes hate something you love. You just kind of, it's just one of those things, I guess. Like, no one's gonna agree on everything 100%. Like, I've heard people say Berserk's absolutely trash. I'm like, how is Berserk absolutely trash? Like, it's just it's like, that's just like blasphemy. You can't say that, but just like it's one of those things. You just, I don't know. It just happens. You just got it's a matter of preference, really. That's all I say. Oh. My arms are going dead. Literally, they're going dead. Is anything on that page, actually? Nah, I didn't. Cool. Your first cervical vertebrae. I've already extinguished the flame behind your neck with my hands. I'm going to finish you here. Do it, Rods. Ura, 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 ura. Jolene! Yeah, but people, I've heard people say Golden Age is complete garbage as well. That's why I just don't understand. But I'm like, I mean, it's your opinion, I guess. That's what I always say. I mean, there's no way you can sway someone's opinion against what they believe. So I'm like, eh. Just carry on, I guess. God, Jolene! That's why I always wondered, like, everyone's, like, university agrees, like, Berserk Golden Age is, like, one of the greatest things in the history of humanity, like, written. Like, but then you hear, like, people just going, I'm just like, eh, like, I guess. I mean, I guess, until someone just comes around and starts, like, trying to tell you you're wrong and everything like that, and it just starts to, like, kind of just tell you that person's opinion is not the greatest opinion in the universe. But just never change how you see something. Just always, if you like something, just continue to like that. Just there's nothing that person can change. And what's the point changing an opinion just because someone else tells you to? Like, just what's the point? I don't know. So no. Ah. Jolene, it can't be. Hermes, hurry up, go help Jolene. No, I actually haven't read Blame yet. The film was absolute garbage, though. That was not a good film. Like, I did not know what I was thinking with that one, because it didn't really go anywhere, but I have to read the manga. I know the manga's quite short, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. There's someone on Twitter I follow just said that Golden Age is absolute garbage. I was like, how? I'll put on my list, don't worry. I have to kind of bring in some new ones. I was going to bring on Blame at one point, because I was like, it needs to be read, I think. It looks pretty good. So I have to put on my list of many things I have to kind of read, up to the point of when I have nothing else to read. I always wanted to replay them though. It did look really freaking good. Plus, they actually just re-released it all its entirety as well. So I actually have like pretty freaking good translations right now, I think. What? That bastard. Damn. Her body heat. I need to sap her body heat. And I thought I put that fire out. My hand. The hand that I used to put out the fire. The temperature of the hand that I was using to hold her neck. Shit, I can't feel my hand. My finger was on the first cervical vertebrae. Interfered with the rods. I couldn't properly sap her body heat. Shit. Is that why you didn't move your hand when you were attacking me? Or was it just a coincidence? Jolene did it! Jolene! Ha! Yes. No, I didn't even need to read the manga to know that Blaine's film was absolute garbage, because it literally was absolutely horrendous. They've actually really kind of it just didn't work. I was like, what's the point? Like at the end you're like, what was the point? Like nothing really kind of happened that was substantial towards anything. That's why I was kind of a bit pissed off with it. I was like, damn it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always kind of said when people said the Golden Age is absolute garbage, I'm like, I mean, if you'd see it that way, then go forth and carry on, I guess. But I don't know. I never actually see anything against Golden Age. I think it's actually an incredible piece of fiction, and it's as a standalone thing. This is one of those things that just came out of nowhere, like whoa. It was a coincidence. I didn't even have time to calculate that your hand would block your own attack. It was all or nothing. Finish him, Jolene. He might summon the rods again. Hurry up and kill him. The rods won't come back. They already went away. I have no power left to control them. But did you say it was a coincidence? A coincidence? A coincidence you won? That's the answer. It's the sort of nice answer that I want to hear. But is it true? Was it really? Who are you? Why did you go to the priest? Listen, I'm fulfilled right now. I couldn't even drive a car before, but now I'm at ease. It's because the priest was able to fill a void within my soul. I live for the Father. The priest is undergoing changes the will of the man called Dio is following into him, and that's what attracts everyone to Father Pucci. Everything is to guide the priest to his ultimate destiny, to attain heaven. Jolene Cujo, you are no exception. You're heading to Cape Canaveral, merely to serve the priest. I realize this now. You said it was just a coincidence. You kept on hitting me, not moving any hand from your neck. Not because you calculated everything, but because of a coincidence. I realize that now. What is important isn't becoming the victor. What the priest needs right now is that kind of coincidence. The coincidences that have avoided you until now. That's what he needs. It looks like fate is on your side. The priest did he want me or you? No, he wanted someone with destiny on their side. The strongest power in the world is definitely doesn't come from calculation, and that's how destiny is formed. That man is special too. The priest took all his memory and kept him alive in that person. Weather report. If that man escapes from prison, it's not because he's trying to follow you. He's bringing his fate to Father Pucci. When Father Pucci got the star-shaped mark, Weather report must have gotten the same thing as well, because he's the priest's younger brother. Holy crap! What? No! No way! What? No way. That's a good twist, actually. I quite like that. I quite like that. I mean, it makes sense why he has a star-shaped mark on his back now. Like, it makes sense. I'm like, it's kind of a good twist. I like it. I mean, I would have been pissed off if he said, oh, by the way, it was actually his son. I'd be like, come on. That's not such a great one. But because it's his brother, I'm like, it's a good one, Araki. Good one. You got me. You got me good. You got me good. Oh, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That's a good. That's a top tier twist. Not expecting it at all. I'm like, man, that's pretty good. And now he's gone away. You should never listen to a word this shitbag said. He said shit like that to confuse us. My sister was killed by Sports Max, who awakened Dio's bone. Are you saying that was all fated? Bullshit. The priest exists right now, so I can smash his face in. Was it really a coincidence that Jolene didn't move Ryuko's hand, or did she calculate it? Jolene finally never said anything about it. What kind of power is heaven, anyway, that the priest wants it so badly? Is Poochie really waiting for weather report to come? All I can say is the priest's actions are manipulating and sacrificing the lives of others. That's definitely evil. Just as he tried to steal away Jolene's father, we have to steal and destroy the priest. 4 more days until the new moon. Ryuko stands sky high, out of commission. The rods are somewhere. Who knows? Oh Christ! Is that actually another? Oh Jesus! Actually, there's actually a couple more pages. I thought it was actually the end. Holy crap! Okay. Traffic law in Florida regarding the riding of two-wheeled automobiles or sitting on the back of one has stated that riding without a helmet will not be punished. If I can say the words, which means if you're not wearing a helmet and you happen to crash and that crash proved fatal, none of this would actually be negatively affecting society. In other words, it's your own your own choice whether or not to wear a helmet, and it should be respected. Huh. And they're also in a word free since previous at the times and even now. There we are. Another volume of JoJo ended. That was actually really freaking good at the end. I actually quite like that. I thought, hey, you know what? It kind of redeemed the whole entire fight. I was like, hey, nice twist. Nice twist. Quite like that. That was like pre-1990s level Shyamalan twist. I was like, got me. Got me good. But yeah, I mean, I would say kind of the major thing I liked from the actual Sky High arc was really just the fact that Jolene's character. I think Jolene's character was kind of was a shining example of this whole entire arc. Because again, it was kind of more of a roadblock than anything else. It wasn't anything more than that. I mean, yeah, get some more context and everything else around the whole entire world right now is kind of neat. We actually have a lot more knowing of what Poochie's trying to do and everything like that. But at the same time, you can't check off the fact that this is actually kind of getting towards the final part, and it's kind of like, okay, well, it's a little bit more padding, if you get what I mean, which kind of is a bit annoying. But I mean, it kind of redeemed itself at the end. Like the whole entire idea of Weather Report being his brother. I was like, well, you know what? Good twist, because now it makes sense why he's pursuing him, besides the idea of him with the memories. But I mean, yeah. Also makes sense why he doesn't want his memories. That maybe why Poochie doesn't want to give his memories back. Quite like it. I thought, you know what? Quite neat. But yeah, I mean, opinion still stands. The idea that actually is a roadblock more than anything. I mean, he wasn't the greatest character in the universe. He was kind of alright. I mean, I don't think anything would be able to kind of top what's it called? Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't think anything would have topped it, because it's kind of impossible, because Bohemian Rhapsody is an amazing arc. Like probably one of the shining examples of Part 6. So it was kind of hard to actually kind of replicate that again, because I mean, it was kind of one of those arcs that really, if it went on for a bit longer, I think it would have actually it would have been one of the more shining examples of the whole entirety of JoJo in a nutshell, because really, it was freaking great. I loved it. I think it's one of those arcs that really just proved that there's more than just the idea that there might be problems with stand users, and there's actually probably even normal lives are in danger as well. I think it actually was kind of a neat thing to include. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the actual next arc actually redeems itself a little bit more than this one does. I mean, yeah, the twist at the end kind of made it a bit better than I would say. But hopefully actually the next arc really does in theory just go boom and just does something great. Oh, otherwise, maybe the ending might just be the kind of shining example of JoJo Part 6. So yeah. With all that said, I actually going to rest my throat for a bit. My throat is actually kind of giving out. So tomorrow's kind of going to be a bit more of a kind of a sticky situation, because I actually have no idea whether or not I'll be able to cover JoJo Part 6 tomorrow, because I've got to go for an MRI scan, which happens to be a contrast MRI scan, which actually involves a goddamn needle. So I actually have no idea whether or not I'll be out quick enough to come back, or whether or not I won't be like kind of don't know what those things do to you, so I actually have no idea whether or not my brain will be kind of in the correct place to do it. So if I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it on Wednesday once again, and Thursday and Friday, and then probably finish it off Monday. I believe that would be the final volume of JoJo Part 6. So it depends on what really does happen tomorrow. But yeah, so that has been me for today. So if you actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and you want to stay a bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. But until either tomorrow or Wednesday, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.